down here. That's definitely not right. That's been in the Jeep. Let's see. We can get the phone to load up here. It's gonna be somewhere in the mid 40s, I'm sure. Very low. We're having a hard time getting out of here, guys. This is not good. We are pretty much right in the water, too. What's up, guys? We've talked about it and we've talked about it. Right now, we've got the Jeep down here. We'll be staying down here by the lake tonight. Or if you get the reference, staying in a van down next to the river. It's looking pretty cold tonight, actually. The Carolinas are dealing with a lot of snow and things like that. Thankfully in our area we haven't really gotten it, but it's still pretty cold. It's supposed to get down, I think, to the low 20s tonight. And you can see where we're at. I mean, it's just nothing but mud from all the rain. Right now, weather-wise, we are looking... That's definitely not right. That's been in the Jeep. Let's see. If we can get the phone to load up here, it's going to be somewhere in the mid 40s, I'm sure. Very low signal. Not a good idea, but we're here. I don't think that's going to load, but I think the last time I looked, it was supposed to get down to about 23. And of course, that's before, you know, wind chill or anything like that. So I would say probably mid to high teens tonight. And I know we've been talking about going over the sleeping setup in the Jeep, and we're actually going to do that in this video here in just a minute. I've changed a couple things, so let's take a look and see what we got going on. If you'll remember in the last setup, we had a mattress that pretty much took up this entire rear end, and it didn't give me room to like store anything. So I had the smaller one sitting in the building, wanted to try it out. It gives me room around this entire passenger side for storage. For instance, I got my battery pack over here, got plenty of room for that, got my chair, a couple bundles of wood, got the cooler up here, some snacks in it, some food and drinks for the night. Nothing crazy. Still, it's about 3.5 inches thick. This is a 20-degree Coleman sleeping bag. I've also got a electric blanket in there, which will hook into the power box if I need it tonight. I'm going to list all the stuff I'm using in the description below here. Most of it came from Amazon. I believe the sleeping bag came from Walmart, but I'm pretty sure it's probably on Amazon. I'll link it if I can find it. The power pack, it's not a Jackery or anything like that. It's a cheaper model. But the few times that I've used it, it's worked really well. And kind of giving you an idea about the campsite. Pretty basic. Like I said, we're sleeping obviously in the Jeep. Already got a little fire ring up here, which is nice. Pretty flat area for the chairs. Somebody left us a little bit of kindling. It's kind of wet though, so I don't know how well that's going to work. But yeah, pretty nice little setup. We're still not going to be doing the gold mine tomorrow just because of the fact that it's still hunting season. We've got a couple of other things in mind that we're going to go check out. But we really wanted to get out here. Like I said, we wanted to see the sunset and sunrise. Unfortunately, pretty cloudy, but still should be a pretty good night. Get a fire going and we'll see what happens next. in the meantime, we've been having a couple mechanical issues with the Jeep we gotta get taken care of. I've had some issues in the cold weather lately where if you start it in the morning, unless you're holding the accelerator down for about the first minute and a half of driving, it just shuts off on you. I think it's a sensor that I replaced last year. It's went bad again, but got to look into that and get it fixed. I've also got a power steering leak going on up front. I think it's just a hose. I'm gonna get it checked out before we blow out the pump. And I've got a brake rotor that's warped and it's causing death wobble. That combined with the fact that the sway bar bushings in this are probably the original ones. So a few things we need to change there. I don't want to do all that right now because I'm planning on putting a lift on it. And I know when we put the 2-inch lift on it, one of the other things that could be causing it is the spring perches on both sides here in the front are completely rusted out. So these springs are pretty much just sitting in there on a prayer. And for the last 2 years, they've been fine. So want to get all that taken care of. I think we're gonna do a 4-inch lift on it. Not 100% sure yet. We'll hire off the ground, put some spacers on it, make it look a little better, and be able to go to some better spots than this. But for now, pretty solid. So we got a fire going finally. And, well, guess we'll have a few cold ones. Relax for the night. You know, one thing I noticed the last time I was out here is that if you keep going that way, go up around the corner there, there's a big dam out there for the Baden Lake. And I don't think it's accessible to the public. I don't know, I think it'd be pretty cool to go to if we could. Who knows, maybe we can get the drone out there and see if we can fly around there tomorrow. I know the other day when I was out here, it was giving me a bunch of warnings, wouldn't let me go that far. But I think that's just a setting I need to change. But pretty calm night. The wind's supposed to pick up, I think, a little bit here later. It'll be pretty chilly, like I said. We've been here about 25 minutes, maybe 30 now. That thermometer's been out. Let's see what it's showing. It was showing 50 something before. We know that was wrong. Okay, maybe it wasn't that far off. Showing 46 now, but we're definitely going to leave that out overnight. That way we can see in the morning kind of what we're looking like. I'm just hoping I don't slip and fall tonight. I mean, this is nothing but pure mud. You can see when I came in from this way, drove in and turned up this little hill here to about right here, and well, right here, and back down, and almost slid into the water. I mean, it's just pure mud and pretty slick. So hopefully I don't slide and fall tonight. Might get a little bit of rain. I don't think we're getting any snow. It might get cold and freeze. I don't know. Hopefully not enough water to, you know, wash up here to the Jeep. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but you know, you never know. Got a little fire going still. They might grab me a little snack. Had me a sandwich a minute ago. It's currently about 5 o'clock, so we got a little bit of daylight left. We'll just kind of play it by ear and see what happens the rest of the night. As I was getting a snack, one thing I did notice is the angle of the Jeep here. I'll have to switch the sleeping bag around. Head's gonna have to go towards the rear, I think, just because of the angle we're on, which isn't a big deal. I mean, I think it'll be fine, but just something to keep in mind. Obviously, got to change some stuff before we go to bed. Not a big deal, and we'll take care of it. It's definitely cooling off a little bit now. Got a nice fire going, of course. Sun's slowly starting to go down. Got a lot of wind here coming off of the lake, so that's gonna, I'm sure, pose a little problem throughout the night, but I don't think it's gonna be too bad. But we can kind of take a look here, and obviously you got the great fire going, nice and toasty. It's hard to really see it, but the sun's starting to go down. It's gonna be dark here probably in the next, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. You know, let the fire burn a little longer, let it run out. Probably going to be cooking dinner in the Jeep just because of how cold it's going to get, and I'm not really hungry yet, and also I don't want to start another fire once this one goes out. So probably be eating in the Jeep, just a simple little meal tonight, nothing crazy. See the clouds are moving pretty fast. Like I said, we had a pretty good storm on the western side of the state, and up north in Virginia, West Virginia and all that, they all got some nice snow. Whereas here we were stuck with the rain, but still, gorgeous night out. Feels great. Like I said, low 40s right now. Gonna dip down into the low 20s, I think maybe even into the teens with the wind chill. But we got the nice spot down by the lake, and that's what matters. Got some cool stuff planned for tomorrow. There's a covered bridge not far from here that I think we can go check out. I've been to it once or twice back in the day, but it's been years. Go out there, fly the drone around, see what we can't get into, and we'll go from there. Guys, as the sun goes down, the view just gets better and better. It's cloudy, there's a few clear spots. Just amazing tonight. Still a little chilly, nothing bad. It's gonna get worse. But just this right here makes it worth it. Just to come out and get away from everything. And a view like this to be the last thing you see before you go to sleep. And the same thing you get to wake up to. Like, what more could you want in life, guys? Get out of the house. Get on the road. Go find some cool spots. Just go explore, man. Things like this make it totally worth it. Well, sun's definitely gone. Not much left of the fire. I think it's time to hop in the Jeep and hang out for a little bit, get ready for dinner, and get some sleep. We got a good day ahead of us tomorrow. Real quick though, before we hop in, let's see where we're at on the temperature here. Down to 41 at the moment. I think it's getting a little bit cooler, but we'll see what it shows in the morning. We'll go from there. It's about 7 p.m. Just finished dinner. Believe those are ruined. It's pretty muddy out here. Getting ready to head to bed, I guess. Right now we're looking at 40 degrees. Like I said, 7 p.m. I'm sure it's going to get a lot colder tonight. See how it goes. But yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in the morning and we'll go from there. Guys, that was not good. I just spent the last 15 minutes with this window because it did not want to go up. It was sitting about right here. And for whatever reason, it wouldn't go up. And with as cold as it is tonight, that's the last thing we need is a window that's not going to go up. I mean, yeah, I've got plenty of stuff to keep me warm, but that's definitely not something we want to deal with. So hopefully it stays up at this point. The regulator may be going bad. I'm not really sure. But with that happening, we're going to go to one of our backup plans here, just in case we need it. Good old classic hand warmers. Gonna throw those into the sleeping bag, let them get warm. Warm everything up from that point, and hopefully we should be good for the rest of the night. But yeah, that window was definitely worrying me. Wasn't sure if it was gonna go back up or not. Didn't really have a plan for it. Have no tools with me. Nothing. Never even thought about that. So glad it went back up. We ain't gotta worry about it. I'm not sure how great you guys can hear that. About 10:30 right now, and the wind. Well, it's not doing it right now, but the wind's been so bad. It's actually moving the Jeep back and forth. So we're in for a long night, I think. Cold night. It's gonna be cold in the morning. It's part of it. Yeah guys, with this wind going on right now, all these trees around us, I know the sky looks pretty clear, it's kind of hard to see, but the water's up a little bit as well. Things are not good. So I think I'm gonna take the Jeep, get to a different spot, to where hopefully we can block the wind a little bit. Main fear right now is these trees. Like I said, it's almost 11 p.m. and it's already getting worse. Let's see where we're at right now, temperature-wise. Yeah, we're down to 34 right now, and it's only gonna get worse. So, as far as sleeping bag, I'm staying warm, but I don't trust these trees. So, let's pack up real quick and get somewhere, hopefully a little safer. All right, it's 11 p.m., 33 degrees. All right, Jeep fired up perfectly. Awesome. Not gonna lie, I was a little concerned. See if we can get some better lighting going here so I know where I'm at. Like I said, guys, things aren't good. It's super cold. I'm fine in the sleeping bag, it's not a problem. It's these trees and the wind. This is way down off the hill too. Let's see if we can see it coming out of here. The last thing I would want is a tree falling on it and blocking our way out, so we're stuck down here. And now, of course, with the mud, we're probably gonna have to go four-wheel drive, which isn't a big deal. What are we doing? We're having a hard time getting out of here, guys. This is not good. Oh, we are pretty much right in the water, too. What are we stuck on? We just need to not big of a deal. Things are sketchy, guys. Very, very sketchy. Turn these two lights off. Okay. Neutral. We're in 4-wheel drive. Okay, here we go. Okay. Not gonna lie, guys. I was a little freaked out there. Wasn't sure if we could get around that. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute when we get out of this. Alright, so the road to go out of here is literally straight up here out of this little valley. I don't think any 4-wheel drive to get out of here. Get some heat going in here. Alright. Hopefully one of our original spots is open, we can go there. You see what I mean? Because with all this here, if a tree fell, we would just be stuck. Going. Really don't want to blind them, so I'm going to turn off the lights here. Those things are a savior too in situations like this. Back there, I mean, with that one rock, I just couldn't see where I was at. Couldn't see what was going on. You know, didn't help that the tires were caked with mud. Any other time, that wouldn't have had an issue getting out of there. But thankfully, we were able to get out. That's the main thing, you know. We know it's going to be cold tonight. It's in the 30s already. It's going to get worse. I mean, if it's already 34, 32 the last time I checked. And now I get it, it's down next to the lake with all the wind, which makes it worse. But either way, it's definitely cold. So, let me find us a new spot. Really wanted to wake up there with the sunrise, but at the same time, you know, safety's number one, so we'll go from there. Just missed it, but there was tree limbs across the road back there, some small ones. Nothing that we couldn't get through. But obviously, you know, we're already, you know, we're away from the water really, and it's still bad up here, so it's probably best that we do go find somewhere else. Hopefully not all the spots are taken. Like I said, I still got stuff I'm gonna get done tomorrow. We'll see. You see all the lights over there while we're here. Over there, that was the that's the dam I was talking about earlier. Like I said, it's just down the river a little ways. I mean, down the lake, not a huge distance. Be cool to get out there one day. But yeah, that's what that is. There's all those lights. You normally can't see it because of all the trees, but with all the leaves and stuff gone, you get a lot better view of it. All right, guys, I think we found a spot. This is one of our normal spots. Luckily, nobody's here. I think the last two I just drove through, there were people in it. Let's make sure if somebody's here. We're not going to interrupt them, of course. It looks like we're good to go. This is where we stayed at the last time, I believe. Sure is. I can see that little chair over there in the corner. Good thing is we don't need anything crazy tonight. Now that we're back over here, I'm probably just gonna get right here next to the road so we can get out pretty quickly in the morning. We'll probably still have a fire, but looks good to me right here. Let's see how it feels here compared to how it did out there. Alright guys, not as windy up here. Glad we were able to get out of there. Gonna settle in here for the night. It's still muddy, but not as muddy as it was up the other spot. Glad we found a spot. Like I said, I know we got trees here as well, but there's a lot of stuff on that side blocking a lot of that wind. I mean, it's still windy, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. So hopefully this will work out, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Let's see what kind of temperature we got here. According to this, 27. It's still dark out, but I figured let's get up and get the day started. Let's see, according to our thermometer outside, yeah, 29, so kind of figured that. Stayed warm throughout the night. Wasn't an issue. Just woke up a little early and figured, well, let's get moving. So here we are, 29 degrees, probably a little colder with the wind chill. I'll actually check that. Yeah, okay, according to the phone, 16 degrees. So definitely chilly. We'll get the heat going here in just a second. And probably not gonna make breakfast. I'm just gonna grab something to eat, and we'll go from there. I know one thing, even the Jeep knows it's cold. She does not like this cold weather. But we're gonna push through. Like I said, we're still gonna get some shots at the bridge today, go out there, see what else we can get into. Right now we gotta wait for that sun to come up. We'll go from there. Alright, just got a little gas and some coffee to get us going this morning. Here at the outpost. Gonna head out from here, go straight to the bridge. Maybe we'll catch the sun coming up there with the drone or something and see what else we can get into. Well, here it is, guys. We got here right as the sun decided to come up. See the bridge there behind us. A little traffic rolling through there. Pretty cool old-timey bridge. Get the new bridge over here going across the actual main road. Access down here to the water here. I'm sure that's really cold this morning. We're not going to get into that. That's for sure. See the way it was built. You got the little stone bricks holding it up. Pretty cool. And then I'm not sure where this trail goes. I don't know if it goes all the way around to the other side, because you can kind of see it over there too. I'm not going to walk too far in here just because of how cold it is. And with the wind, we're definitely not throwing the drone up, unfortunately. It's way too windy for that. I don't know if this goes around or what it does. We'll walk it for just a minute here. But it's still extremely cold out. It's probably still in the low 20s right now. I don't think this goes around, but I don't really know where it goes. It continues for a good little ways here. More of the water down here. Easy access. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm also running out of storage though, so we're not going to have a whole lot of filming here, unfortunately. I do want to walk across the bridge real quick though. We're probably going to turn back right here. I was thinking it may go all the way around to the other side of the bridge, but it doesn't look like it. Well, I don't know. Let's turn it again. There's a bridge up here. Oh, that thing looks raggedy. It's rotted out. Maybe not though. Oh no, that's actually pretty cool. Okay. So it might go all the way around. Let's do it. Let's see where it goes. It's actually pretty stable. I was kind of worried about it from a distance. That's pretty cool. There's some steps up here. Everybody's writing their stuff on the boardwalk here. Blake and Caitlin, 2015. Wonder if they're still together. Okay, so this does go all the way around, I believe. It's pretty cool, actually. I never knew this trail went all the way around. I didn't know it was here. It's been years since I've been out here. Well maintained, nice little rock gravel path. This is something that pretty much anybody can do. It's not like it's a hard trail to walk or anything like that. Just makes a little loop all the way around. Wish we got out here before everybody else shows up. But then again, as cold as it is, I don't imagine too many people will be out here today. But yeah. Stayed warm last night. That 20-degree bag did really well. The little mattress I put in there though, I need to adjust on that a little bit. Build a platform or something. The only issue I had all night was my back hurting. But other than that, it did well. You can go straight down to the water here as well. Little path. I threw a couple hand warmers in the sleeping bag. They helped out really well as well. So I don't think I'm brave enough to walk that tree.